design. The core of this house is octagon shaped. There is a main floor, as you can see here, and then there's an octagon section up top, which contains one bathroom and one bedroom, and the front end of it is vaulted. The front end, which is the living room, and then there's also a basement underneath there. It is like the octagon, and it contains mainly mechanical equipment and is a recreation room, TV room, what have you. This is a isometric image of the framing plan. This is kind of what it looks like from the air. It has a big, massive chimney in the middle that is like a Russian stove. You know, it says, "Why an Oasis home?" There's 4 reasons that I could find. It's good for your pocketbook. It's an initial investment, but it's eventually will be very good for your pocketbook. And the reason why I say that, if I came to your door and said, "How would you like to buy an insurance policy, investing in your new house, and have a guaranteed same price for your utilities for the next 20 years? Would you do it?" So that's, I would think, is would clarify that point. It's better for the environment, obviously. Whatever resources you do not need from coal plant generated energy that is used for water treatment plants, for electricity brought into your home for your heating, saves the environment, obviously. The marketability is very good. We've not had any problem getting a loan on that house because it actually is backed up by conventional systems, which is, you know, the normal power grid. It's staged to be secondarily used, but it still has it, so that when you go to a bank and you say, they're asking, "What is your heat?" You'll say, an evaporating boiler, you know, a propane boiler, which is the backup heat. And they will say, "Okay." If you said, "My heat is passive solar," they'd probably send you across the road and see if you can get a loan at the other bank. You know? And then the living is superb because you will see that as we're getting into the living room area and things, there is an attached greenhouse where the sun always shines, or the light comes in even if it's cloudy, and it provides for a wonderful, almost outdoor experience when you're sitting in your living room. Good. So now I'll go through all these 4 points here. It's good for the pocketbook because you know, the solar and wind generated electrical, you have no power bills and no power outages. That's actually kind of a little bit of an overstatement here, because you do have a small power bill just to be hooked up. For the privilege of to be hooked up, you pay a monthly fee usually, you know, small monthly fee.
Does your wind generator require an inverter, or does it actually generate the style of power that you'd normally need?
Well, that is a motivational choice. For what reason are you building the house? If you want to be independent, you want to have a battery bank so that you can be completely independent. If it's your motivation is to save on your power bills, then you can actually save money not investing in a battery bank and directly sell back to the power grid.
Okay.
But it depends on who you're dealing with. If you're dealing with, for instance, power co-op utility, they follow different rules, and they are not required to tally up the power bill over a year. They instead tally it up per month. So in the wintertime, in Montana, that's particularly the case. In the wintertime, when you use a lot of power and you generate a lot less, you're always using their power. And in the summertime, when you generate excess and you use little, then you're giving it to them for free. Yeah. So if it was tallied up for an entire year, then you would actually be able to create a credit that would be used in the wintertime. So yeah. So the other reason for why it is good for the pocketbook is passive solar, heated, attached sunroom. And we get into that, and I'll show you pictures. That is such an amazing addition to your house. I think everybody that has a good south-facing wall on their house should install them immediately. First of all, it's a wonderful thing to have right off your living room, and it just generates this massive amount of heat that you could use for your house. Even on cloudy days like this, it's, if you build it tight and you build it with windows and doors that where you regulate the airflow, where it's going to go, then it's a fantastic thing to have added to your house. No or a small heating bill, and then you have fresh vegetables, and you'll see later on our pictures too that you'll see a picture of my wife harvesting actually vegetables in the middle of winter in December in Montana. Rain collection and grey water recycling, that's what is installed in the house, so you have no water bill, no need for bottled water, and a lower sewage and wastewater bill. And that's another very earth-friendly thing to do when you put less sewage in, less, you know, of course the black water still goes all in the sewage, but your grey water, if you recycle it, it's a great savings even for a sewage plant not to have grey water added to normal sewage. There's tax incentives, 30% of all energy efficient renewable equipment. You know that they removed that $2,000 cap that they had last year. 2,000, you were only, if you had a $20,000 solar system installed, you could only, the maximum deduction you would have was $2,000 or 30%, whichever one was larger, I guess. And now if you have a $20,000 solar panel installed, you can go up to the 30%, which would amount to what? $8,000, $7,000, $6,000, which is much better.
You have to get yours reinstalled.
Yeah. That's right, take them off your roof and then reinstall them, there you go.
Yeah.
We'll get the government.
There's somebody else inside.
Okay. Not too much to say about this except for just another picture taken in the middle of winter and it still is under construction. This is the atrium from the inside. There's better pictures as far as the planter that I will show you in a little bit. But these are 8-foot tall by 7-foot wide doors that open up into the living room. And there's 2 sets of them. There's basically 3 sides to this atrium. There's one around the corner there, and this one and the one around the corner have a large opening door, which makes it feel as if it's part of your living room. It's better for the environment. Smaller carbon footprint, minimal. Why do I even tell you guys this? You know this, right? Yes. First. But the last one here I think is important. Even if you're not a technical guy, or even if you're not that totally convinced that alternative power is the way to go, it's empowering to know that without effort you're contributing to saving the environment for our future generations.